It was on January 5, 1969 that Brian Hugh Warner, better known by his stage name Marilyn Manson, was born. Since then, she has emerged as one of the most controversial and provocative figures in the world of contemporary rock music. The narrative that is characterized by these aspects is a complicated story that is distinguished by artistic innovation, societal backlash, and personal controversies. His journey from obscurity to popularity, followed by a dramatic fall from grace, is a story that is characterized by these elements. Following the foundation of the band Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids in Florida in the early 1990s, the name of the band was subsequently shortened to just Marilyn Manson. This occurred after the band had completed its formation. The name of the band, which was a juxtaposition of the names of Marilyn Monroe and Charles Manson, encapsulated Warner's fascination with the dichotomy between beauty and horror, popularity and infamy. The band got its name from the juxtaposition of these two names. Both their music and their image, which was characterized by horrible makeup, lyrics that were frightening, and dramatic performances, represented this concept. This concept was reflected in both aspects of their image. The public's attention was quickly drawn to Marilyn Manson's early work, which includes albums such as Portrait of an American Family, 1994, and Antichrist Superstar, 1996. These albums were among the first to attract the public's attention. The later album, which was produced by Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails and featured anti-establishment themes and an industrial metal style, was the one that elevated Marilyn Manson to a prominent position in the music industry. As a result of the controversial nature of the album, which featured songs such as The Beautiful People, conservative groups and parents came out in a state of outrage, which in turn led to rallies and calls for censorship. On the other side, it resonated with unsatisfied young people, which led to Manson developing a committed fan following as a result of his popularity. In line with the band's growing fame, Marilyn Manson's reputation as a provocateur grew to a greater extent. A reputation for being renowned was established by him as a result of the unpleasant content of his live performances, which included self-mutilation, simulated sex practices, and imagery that was anti-religious. Manson was able to create an image that blurred the lines between performance and reality by constantly appearing in public with his horrifying theatrical makeup and odd apparel. This allowed him to construct an image that was memorable. This image was strengthened with albums such as Mechanical Animals, 1998, and Holy Wood, In the Shadow of the Valley of Death, 2000, which continued to explore themes of fame, religion, and the collapse of society. These albums contributed to the reinforcement of this image. The path that Manson took to become powerful, on the other hand, was not free of challenges along the way. The massacre that took place at Columbine High School in 1999 cast a shadow over his professional life and has continued to do so ever since. Because of this association, widespread criticism was directed toward Manson, which further enhanced the perception that he is a negative cultural influence. However, the association resulted in widespread condemnation, despite the fact that initial reports incorrectly said that the gunmen were influenced by Manson's music. In spite of the fact that he was exonerated of any direct connection to the tragedy, the incident had a significant influence on both his public image and his sales. In spite of the fact that it was frequently met with a variety of reactions, Manson continued to release new music throughout the decade of the 2000s. It was via albums like The Golden Age of Grotesque, 2003, and Eat Me, Drink Me, 2007, that he displayed his ability to modify both his music and his persona. This collection of recordings demonstrated his ability to integrate elements of mythology and glam rock into his music. However, in comparison to his past work, these initiatives did not achieve the same level of success in terms of critical acclaim or monetary success. During this time period, Manson was active in a variety of artistic pursuits, such as painting and acting, which helped to the further creation of his reputation as an artist with a wide range of talents. During this time period, Manson was also involved in this activity. Personal life, which was defined by high-profile relationships and erratic behavior, frequently took precedence over Manson's artistic aspirations. This was especially true when it came to Manson's artistic objectives. Not only was his marriage to the burlesque singer Dita Von Teese and the actress Evan Rachel Wood publicly chronicled, but so were his struggles with substance abuse and legal concerns. His marriages to both of these women were also widely documented. Manson was able to maintain his committed fan base throughout his career, and he continued to tour and create new music despite the challenges that he faced. But in the later half of the 2010s, a lot of allegations appeared that would have a big influence on his professional life. These allegations were very serious. In the year 2021, Evan Rachel Wood launched a public charge against Manson, alleging that he had physically assaulted her and manipulated her sexually. Concurrently, she provided a thorough account of the violent and coercive control that had been exercised over her over the course of their relationship. There was a flood of similar allegations coming from other women after it was discovered that this had taken place. These women revealed their horrible experiences of being assaulted by Manson in a number of ways, including sexually, emotionally, and physically. A catastrophic fallout occurred almost quickly after the event. There were 3 parties involved in the decision to terminate Manson's contract: his record company, his talent agency, and his well-established manager. In addition to this, he was the target of a number of lawsuits that were brought against him by individuals who claimed to be victims and were seeking recompense for the harm that they said they had experienced. In response to the allegations, Manson referred to them as horrible distortions of reality and stated that all of his interactions were voluntary. He also denied that he had any sexual encounters with anyone. Despite this, the impact on his career was enormous, as a large number of his former collaborators and admirers distanced themselves from the disturbed artist. This caused his career to suffer. It is important to tell the narrative of Marilyn Manson's ascent to fame and subsequent fall from it, because it is a cautionary tale about the dangers of success, excess, and the shadowy side of infinity. Both his work and his persona were so audacious that they pushed the boundaries of what was considered acceptable expression and questioned the norms of society. As a result, Charles Manson became famous and notorious at the same time. However, the same qualities that contributed to his rise to notoriety also played a role in his fall from grace. His personal problems and claims of abuse began to overshadow the accomplishments he made to the artistic world, and this led to his fall from favor. Within the context of the present day, the story of Charles Manson serves as a jarring reminder of the complex link that exists between art, identity, and the accountability of individuals. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.